Hey guys, so I was in the middle of making Griffin's baby food and I thought maybe somebody out there would want to know how I do it or how to do it. So I'll go ahead and show you what I've done so far. I have these giant carrots I got at Whole Foods, I believe. But all I did was peel them, wash them, and cut off the ends. And I'm going to throw them in the oven with, I have some butternut squash that I cut in half, and then a little pumpkin that I found that I cut in half. These have been in the oven for almost an hour at 400 degrees, and they are done because you can poke them with a fork and they're nice and soft. Now the other ones I have, whoa! That was funny. I have the other half of the butternut squash in there because it's a little bit thicker, so it's not quite done. And then I have 2 yams that I washed and pricked with a fork. And I always like to put the pan underneath because, as you can see, the yams like to drip out quite a bit. So that'll prevent your bottom of your oven from getting dirty. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these carrots in on that roasting pan, and these will probably take an hour or so, and then I'll come back and show you guys what else I do. Okay, so after these have cooled, it took about 20 or 30 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and just take a large spoon, and you should easily be able to scoop out the inside of your pumpkin or your squash. And I'm going to put mine in the blender. If you have a food processor, you can use that, or even a hand mill would probably work too. So I will go ahead and show you guys the next step after I get all of this scooped out and into my blender. Okay, so I've got all that pumpkin scooped out, and it actually looks like a little bit more than I thought it was going to be for that little pumpkin, so I didn't add half of that squash yet, so I'm going to go ahead and blend this up and see how much it looks like after that. I'm going to go ahead and add some breast milk until I get the consistency that I want. You can probably use formula too if you don't have breast milk, or if you don't use breast milk. Otherwise, I know you can also add low sodium vegetable broth until you get the consistency that you want as well. So I'm going to go ahead and add this. So that little itty bitty pumpkin took almost 2.5 ounces of breast milk to get to the consistency I want. Now Griffin is just starting out on solids. He's only 6 months old. So I'm trying to make it as smooth and less chunky as I can get it. I don't have that much breast milk in the freezer stashed up right now, so I'm probably gonna have to switch over to that vegetable broth. So here is my pumpkin puree. This little tiny pumpkin actually ended up making a lot more than I thought it would. I almost got a full ice cube tray's worth. And so what I'm doing is just going to put all of the purees in ice cube trays, pop them in the freezer overnight, and then tomorrow when they're nice and solid, pop them out and put them in freezer bags and label what they are so that you know, anytime you need one, you can just take one out of the freezer bag and warm it in the microwave or on the stove. And so, I'll show you over here now. I just took my sweet potatoes out. They're looking great. I sliced them in half so that they would cool faster. And my other half of my butternut squash is all done too. So I'm just going to be repeating the same process, scooping them out, putting them in my blender, and adding breast milk or vegetable broth, and putting them in the ice cube trays. So I will show you guys tomorrow what they look like after they're all done, and for recording it right now, actually.
Oh, so you need to be quiet.
Yeah.
I get the hint. Get out, dude.
So here is the baby food after a night in the freezer. And I have all my little freezer bags ready. I'm just going to pop them out and put them in the corresponding bags so that I can just grab a little serving size whenever we need one. And I had a lot of extra carrots and not enough ice cube trays, so I put those just in the fridge last night, and I'm gonna go ahead and, when I empty this one, put the carrots in here and put them in this bag tomorrow after they're frozen. So there is all of Griffin's baby food for this time. Thanks for watching.